Hey Blazers, this episode is brought to you by Audible.com, an Amazon company. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Blaze Entertainment, or visit the sponsor and supporters links on our website at entertheblaze.com. With over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Now let's start the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's start the party. Locked in to the hottest station on the planet.
Hello, Blazers. We are back with another episode of Blaze Entertainment. I am your host, Kwame, joined by the melanin proficient, the queen of Blaze, Miss Motherfucking Free.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, girl?
Not much.
How you doing?
I'm alright.
It's been an interesting week. I was a little under the weather, so we had to postpone to today, which is Friday.
Extra late.
So but sorry about that, guys.
I don't even care.
Really? Ow. I can't laugh too hard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It hurts. Ow. Okay. So how are you, Miss Free?
I'm good. I'm chilling. I just got the stupid ass email. Like, bitch, would you leave my ass alone?
Okay.
You wasn't checking for me when I was checking for you. So all of a sudden you want to check for me.
I don't even know what's going on.
For a damn job.
Oh.
You know how
when they send you, when you
right.
When you need
are you
a job.
still looking for employment? It's like, bitch, where was you when I was looking for employment? Now that I'm not looking for employment, you want to bother me.
For real. It's funny because I get I got a call a couple of weeks ago. It was a random call, and I thought it was like an important call, like that I was waiting for.
Right.
And it was this recruiter talking about, yeah, we have this job for $13 an hour and blah blah. And I said, pause. I didn't even let him finish. And I was like, look, I respect the hustle, and there's no shame in nobody's game. If you're making $13 an hour, by all means, make that paper boo boo.
Right.
But what I'm saying for me and my lifestyle, and what I've grown to and I've come accustomed to, and the hard work that I've attained, $13 an hour is not going to cut it for me.
Hell no.
So I told him to kindly and emphatically never call me again. So, yes.
Bitch, and the thing that pisses me off, though, is the fact that when I was looking for employment, I was calling you, leaving you voicemails, and bitch, you ain't never returned my calls. Right. Now, all of a sudden, you got a quota to make. You checking for me.
Now you want to call me.
Absolutely not.
Now you want to call me. Yeah.
Girl, bye.
Anyway, shout outs.
We forgot the word
of the week. I'm so sorry. Phrase of the week.
Together.
The wow.
Get it together.
Girl, we're a day late.
This one's
$1
cute.
short. Girl.
This one's cute.
Okay, we'll see. Because last week you had a crazy ass one.
This one, I think everybody knows this one. It's called ABC Sex. Do you know what that is?
No.
But you don't know what that is?
What is?
It says sex only on anniversaries, birthdays, and Christmas. That's the only time you have sex. And it's usually for married couples who've been married for a long time.
No, that sounds like a very sad existence. I don't think I can do that. I understand that people go through
anniversaries, birthdays, and Christmas.
No, bitch. I'm gonna.
What about Christmas Eve?
No, every other week. At the minimum.
At least. Because we all got shit to do. I ain't better got time.
But, bitch.
I was about to read an article online, but then I said I'm not even gonna go here because this is problematic as fuck. And it was about a woman who had sex with her husband for 365 days of the year. Now, I said, I'm curious to see how that worked out for you, girl. But at the same time, I don't want to know. Right? I don't need to know.
Keep that to yourself.
Because, girl, what if you didn't feel like it that day?
Right.
And then you're just doing it because you made a bet.
Right.
Like, at that point, it's like, get off me, nigga. Like,
I wish you guys can see Miss Free's nails. I've always
It's fabulous.
it does look really nice. I've always wondered when women and when anybody gets their nails done. It's not just women, but when anybody gets their nails done, they just talk extra with their hands.
Yes, because my nails are fabulous. Bitch, catch me, watch me when I get engaged and my big ass rock on my finger, bitch. I'ma just be all like, so look at this. You know, girl, what I was saying. Sorry. My ring is going to be in your face all the time.
Oh my Lord.
You best to believe it.
Big. Shit. I'm gonna be walking around with, look at my sister's ring, bitch. Yes. Yeah. Ooh. She finally got it, bitch. Somebody put a ring on it.
Finally.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We approve.
Shout outs.
You want to go first?
Do I want to go first? Let's see, Oh, you know what? Shout out goes to the little beetle that attacked Adele while she was on stage. That shit was funny as fuck.
I did see that.
Oh, fuck me out. And she's been beating my leg. So, she's so damn cute.
She's adorable.
And the beetle was her number one fan.
Right?
He came back.
She's like, bloody hell. Shout out goes to Slay TV. Slay TV is finally a media network for the Black queer community specifically.
Cool.
Long time coming.
Is it what? Is it on YouTube? Is it?
So Slay was founded by Sean Tarrington. I can't read today. A former Goldman Sachs project manager and his husband Terry. After Tom Torrington lost his job in 2010, he decided to follow his passion for filmmaking by creating some YouTube web series based on lives of Black and brown LGBTQ people. Then they created an app to curate content from YouTube and the web onto one platform, and Slay has been growing ever since. Slay TV officially launches on May 15th online on iOS and Android devices, as well as on Roku, which I just recently purchased.
What's Roku?
Miss Free.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Did you just explain it or something?
No.
Selective hearing.
So Roku, you know how like you have like smart TVs, and then in the smart TVs they have these apps like Netflix and Hulu and all. Well, Roku, if you don't have a smart TV, it consolidates all those apps into just a little box. Okay. And you don't have to pay for the box. Well, you pay for the box itself, but you don't have to pay for the service of Roku.
Oh, okay.
It just connects online, and you just pay for your individual Netflix subscriptions and all stuff or whatever. So
how the hell was I supposed to know that?
Because it's like everyone like knows that.
I don't know that. I don't know anyone who knows that.
Well, people who
besides you.
Well, people who don't have cable tend to get Rokus.
Oh, okay.
Because then they have like everything on one device.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I just wanted a Roku because I just want one.
Oh.
So it's like I wanted one for the bedroom because I don't like, Anyway, I digress. But yeah, Slay TV. Orange is the New Black star Samira Wiley and Orange is the New Black writer Lauren Morelli, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name, are married.
I know, congrats.
I didn't even know they were together.
Saw the pictures.
I know, they're
so pretty.
Super cute. They were fucking adorable. Have you seen their Instagram pics?
No.
They're fucking relationship goals.
They're just so cute.
They're super cute.
I want a wedding dress like that. Now, hell, I want that pantsuit.
Samira looked beautiful.
I know, she's so pretty.
Yes, loved it. And that cape that Lauren had on, I was like, yes, queen.
Come on, pantsuit. I want that too.
Come on, Hillary Clinton's like upgrade.
Shit.
Shit. Let's see. Do you have a couple of others?
No.
Okay.
No shout outs, a bunch of bullshit. No shout outs.
Well, let's save that for Petty World News. Let's go to shout out goes to Captain Stephanie Johnson, who has made history by becoming Delta Airlines' first black female captain. Now, I don't like Delta Airlines.
But so you know what?
I'm going to give this.
Good for you.
I'm going to give this to Captain Stephanie Johnson, because she worked for it.
For doing
Delta
the
didn't
damn
give a
thing.
shit.
Yeah.
She worked for it.
Doing the damn thing.
So yes,
come on.
Congratulations. First time, and here's why Delta ain't shit. Okay,
they forget that did they not remember? Did they not put the half?
No,
address.
We're not gonna go back to Spectrum. I have PTSD with that damn company. But Delta ain't shit because for the first time in the brand's 93 years, okay, history, Delta Airlines has chosen a black female airline captain.
93 years?
93 years of its existence.
That's almost a century.
Bitch.
Well.
I have one last thing. Rachel Maddow is dominating cable news.
You go, Glenn Coco.
You go, Rachel Maddow.
But you know what, Rachel, girl? I don't really care that much.
Why?
I just don't.
I love Rachel Maddow.
She's all right.
She's amazing.
She's all right.
She is fucking amazing.
Her voice kind of annoys me sometimes. Like when I hear her, I'm like, you all right.
I love her because I feel like she's educating the masses on what's really going on.
Maybe because I'm biased. I got my little news source online. That's TYT.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just biased, so I just get all my news from them.
Yeah. Well, the Young Turks, what I love about the Young Turks, not to take anything away from Rachel Maddow, but what I love about them is that they report stuff and unbiasedly, they report stuff that is not always popular.
Yeah, especially on mainstream media. Like, they like to harp on all the time.
Right. And so, but one of the things that I do like about Rachel Maddow is that it's more of when I watch her show, it's not just somebody just yelling and screaming and talking about like, a particular topic or whatever. There's like an educational factor in it. She always has like receipts and she always has like historical documentation to back up what she's saying and why it's relevant to today and why this topic is relevant to this particular historical event and how it all ties together. So it's more of an education. It's like, I'm going to class, bitch.
That's how I feel with TYT. Because I know like they call shit out when it needs to be called out. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And I can rely on them to do that.
Yes. And that's one thing I will say about TYT that none of the other, to include MSNBC, because MSNBC is one of my favorite networks. However, one of the things that I love about TYT is that I can always rely on them to report stuff that is not just what their network is telling
I don't even watch
report.
Cable news anymore, to be quite honest. I'll just be like, let me get up in the morning, take a shower, while I'm lotioning my body, I'll turn TYT on and be like, what kind of bullshit is out today? Just give me a recap.
My only issue with TYT is that they're not always scooping immediately. So like I don't always get
online. So they have to first of all, they have to do, since they're not like a huge mainstream media company, first of all, they have to do the research. And that takes time. And then they record, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, of course, it's not going to be right away. They do have TYT Live, which happens when they record the stuff. But,
right. But it's not breaking all the time.
Right. So, exactly. Which is fine. Because
it's fine.
They're reporting on the news.
Right. Yeah. So if nothing's happening that day, which usually something is, especially in politics, then, I mean, TYT is I usually watch TYT at the end of the week.
Oh, okay.
So I can get a recap of the whole week of what's going on. What's really going on.
They just like, give me a synopsis. What happened?
But anyway, Rachel Maddow, congratulations on celebrating the biggest quarter in its MSNBC just celebrated its biggest quarter in its 21-year history. And leading the charge in that is Rachel Maddow, the Rachel Maddow Show, ranked as the top cable news program among adults between the ages of 25 and 54 in March, as TV Newser observes. Yes.
All right, you go.
Go ahead,
you
Rachel.
go, girl.
So
You out here doing the damn thing too.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got for shout outs. Shall we go into Petty World News?
We should.
You want to go first?
Get right into this bullshit.
All right, here we go.
All right. A woman dressed as a Target employee walked her ass into Target, into the back room, and stole $40,000 worth of iPhones. And walked
iPhones?
the fuck out. I said, bitch, you a motherfucking genius, because that would have never had crossed my mind to just put on a Target. First of all, where did you get the Target uniform? Did you just order it online?
Somebody probably dropped it or left it around. She probably stole that prior to.
I said, bitch, that's genius.
It
You
is
know
genius.
she out here on these streets reselling these phones.
Because somebody probably walked up in there with somebody probably looked at her, and when she walked up in there, it was like, oh, she must be new. Because they have high turnaround.
Because I would have even thought any two things about it. I said, bitch, you are a genius. You are evil genius, but that's smart as fuck. That was smart as fuck. I'll give you that. Mm-hmm. $40,000.
I know Apple is pissed.
And that ain't
It's like $20.
Yeah, it's just like that ain't like it. But like, Target is probably like,
They're probably gonna fire everybody.
Shit. They got a little screenshot of her too. Black woman walked her ass up in there.
She better leave the country,
girl. Anyways, what else in bullshit news? Oh, Black China and her baby daddies.
Good Lord.
I said, bitch, karma is really working on you, because you was petty. You was petty as fuck when you did what you did, and you thought karma was not just gonna turn her ass around and be like, hey girl, remember me?
Right.
So,
you thought you forgot, bitch.
Yeah, so allegedly TMZ reports that Tyga and Rob Kardashian have been teaming up with each other to spread lies about her. China went off after she heard Tyga telling people she wants to kiss and make up and get back together with him. And China got pissed because she doesn't really talk to Tyga, and she's just in contact with him to get her coins, her child support for her baby. And so I guess allegedly Tyga had misinterpreted the call, thinking she was there to, suck his dick, basically, which isn't the case. Ho, give me my coins. Right, you owe everybody money, right?
And here's what's petty about that: if that's what Tyga thought, then he's a fucked up individual, and and Rob should look at him and be like, oh, so he was just gonna fuck my girl, without saying anything, but they fuck each other probably.
Right. And so the whole drama is that obviously Rob and Tyga are talking to each other like they buddies.
Right.
Which that whole situation was a hot mess from jump. Like his sister is dating your ex and you are fucking him. Like it was just a hot mess. So I don't know what made China think that karma wasn't going to come around to be like, hey girl, you know what?
Right.
They're best friends now. They talking all cash shit about you.
Case of the exes.
And I remember seeing like screenshots of her snap talking about, go ask Kylie to give me my coins, because obviously Kylie's the one with the money. Anyways, I thought that was interesting.
And I don't know why she expected the Tyga to fucking pay for the goddamn child support. He can't even pay for his fucking whatever the fuck he's doing. He is in arrears, bitch.
He said, China said, go ask Kylie for my money, bitch. Because obviously she got the money, not you.
But here's my thing.
New Ferrari.
As much as I like Black China, I have no sympathy for her.
I don't either, because it's karma. It was waiting for you. It was waiting for you at the door.
Right, but it's not even just karma for me. It's the fact that, like, bitch, red signs. You fucking with this fuck boy, and then he goes and fucks your new fuck boy's rich fuck boy's sister, and you're expecting him to fucking pay for your fucking kid.
It's just that whole situation was fucking weird. I mean, I was here for it when it was happening, because I said, bitch, the petty. But I knew at the end of the day, karma was going to be like, you thought being petty was a good thing.
Right.
So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready, brace yourself.
You can be petty, but get ready for those consequences.
Mm-hmm. What you got?
Okay, well,
Hopefully nothing with Real Housewives.
no.
Okay.
We exhausted that last week. And then listening to After the Blaze with Hope, Giselle, and 50 last week. Hope is done. Hearing about me and 50 talking about goddamn Housewives.
I've been done, girl.
So, well, then you and Hope can go kiss my ass then. Okay? You get on my asses about goddamn. We love.
I'm sorry.
Look,
it's not that.
Just because me and 50 love Real Housewives and reality trash.
You know why I get down with Love and Hip Hop? Atlanta, only Atlanta and New York, because Love and Hip Hop LA is trash.
They have, oh yeah, that's right, with the fucking Ray J and
Omarion was on it for like a hot minute, and then
Safari, stupid
Soulja Boy.
That whole cast is fuckboy central.
Trash.
Just
not saying that
trash.
Atlanta and New York isn't trash, but I enjoy it more.
Right, but like that's LA is Love and Hip Hop LA is straight
garbage. Just garbage.
Okay, like they are the king supreme fuckboys.
Yeah,
supreme. Like if they had a coven, Ray J would be the supreme fuckboy of all fuckboys. And then maybe
I gotta disagree.
Who?
Because that whole creep squad in Atlanta and New York is a hot ass mess too.
Shit.
Hey, what you got?
I have let's talk about James Harris Jackson, 28-year-old, drove all the way from Maryland and killed a 60. Oh, I don't have his age. So sorry. I believe he's over 60. Stabbed him to death. And
is
then
this that white man that was just all out here?
Yes.
With the damn sword.
Yes. And then stabbed her and then turned himself into police. And then Washington Post reports. And here's why I'm gonna read this Washington Post report. Here it goes. A white man from Maryland who told police he traveled to New York to kill black men turned himself in on Wednesday after about 24 hours after he fatally stabbed a man he encountered on the street, officials said. Authorities described the suspected attacker as someone who had long harbored feelings of hatred toward black men before violently acting on them this week. Police said he carried out the attack in a way that intended to draw attention. Now, had this been a Negro, they would have had his whole ass fucking. He had traffic tickets. He smoked weed. He had traffic tickets. He was 12. You know, he comes from a broken home.
You know, his daddy.
He didn't finish college.
He got a high school degree. That ain't good.
He still owes.
He got a corn on his toe.
You know what I'm saying? Credit cards are not paid yet, even though he turned in his payment last week.
He got acne.
Bitch.
Anything.
Any
fucking thing.
All that.
But
that's how they do.
This man went and stabbed him with a fucking sword.
Girl.
Oh, he just has a mental illness. No, bitch. He planned that shit. He drove from where the fuck he was to where? New York?
Yeah.
To stab somebody. Someone who was
New York.
Defenseless. How did he try that shit in the Bronx or Brooklyn, bitch? Coward.
And then to go after an old ass man just minding his goddamn business.
He's a coward.
Fucker. Anyway.
Try me, ho.
Bitch. Be the last time you do anything. Washington Post also reports that NFL player Colin Kaepernick has been effectively banned from the league.
He's been blackballed
from the league because he stood up for the black folk.
Girl, listen. Let me tell you one goddamn thing. It is so funny how this black man has just said nothing.
Right.
And they just hate him. He's literally done nothing but donate some money on the slide.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
You know what's funny?
But this old racist white Bill O'Reilly motherfucker can be on here talking all so much shit about everybody and spreading lies, disrespecting the fuck out of everybody. It's just a hot mess. It's a hot mess.
Right.
And all Colin Kaepernick did was sit down.
Right, and kneel.
And y'all are so mad and so salty. Damn. Black people can't stand up. We can't sit down. We can't talk. We can't breathe. We can't laugh. We can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all stay mad. Stay salty. Because we gonna thrive, ho. Regardless.
Right. Whether you like
it or not. We were built for
bitch.
this shit.
Right. Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, it's in our DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's funny is that, not what's funny, but, legendary actor and activist Harry Belafonte. And for those who don't know who he is, y'all need to research it because I'm tired of educating all you white people and y'all not taking the time to go look up for yourselves. Anyway, legendary actor and activist Harry Belafonte sat down to an interview with Roland Martin of Urban Intellectuals. Great site, you guys should check that out. Belafonte regarding Kaepernick, quote, "To mute the slave has always been in the best interest of slave owners," end quote.
Yeah, that's why they didn't let us read.
They didn't let us read. And here's what's funny. Here's what's funny about the situation.
Because, bitch, if you let my ass read, I'll be like, first of all, there's discrepancies in your math.
Right. With my $20, bitch.
Right?
Okay. But here's what's funny about the situation. There was so much, especially All Lives Matter and Tommy Lorfuck and Bill O'Reilly and all these other fuckers and Fox News and The Blaze. We're
not going to even talk about that.
All these bitches. All this conservative, far right-winged, white supremacist people were sitting there talking about, well, black people need to, if they want a voice, they can talk, they, say whatever they want, but they need to do it in the right way. Okay, what's the right way, Mr. White Person? Well, they need to just, be quiet and sit down and do a peaceful protest.
And that's exactly what they did.
So we can go march. So Black Lives Matter goes in march peacefully, no issues. And I'm talking about just, because there's radicals everywhere. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, they don't need to be marching and blah, blah in the streets and stopping, Okay, well, that's fine. Mm-hmm. What do you suppose we do? Mm-hmm. Well, write about it. Okay, we have amazing fucking black women who wrote about Francesca Ramsey,
don't forget about
Crystal's West. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about oh my god, so many fucking black women that have talked about
and men.
Okay, we can talk about men, but I'm talking about black women.
Forever.
Okay.
Forever. Literature. Forever.
Okay. All types of things. Well, now you guys can't talk about it because it's causing a controversy and stir. Okay, well, what can we do? We'll sing about it. Well, Beyonce came out with Lemonade. Well, no, that's just disrespectful.
It's too much.
It's too much drama. Blah, blah.
Oh my god, it's so much.
It's too much. We can't handle this. She needs to be quiet and stop perpetuating the Black Panthers and stuff in her shows. I said before. What do you want us to do? Well, you need to sit down. Okay, cool. Colin Kaepernick fucking kneels.
Literally.
Doesn't say anything. Doesn't argue with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't say anything. And everybody was like, well, what the fuck is he sitting down?
He literally
and says, well, why are you sitting down? Well, I don't personally feel super calm. No anger. No, it's like, the man is cute. None of that. Yeah. I just don't feel that, I need to show honors to a flag that oppresses my people. Mm-hmm. That was it. You're a traitor. You're a fucking asshole. You're a horrible person. You're evil. And we're going to go and buy 49 jerseys, which is still going to be in his pocket.
And burn them.
And then burn them. We're going to go to the store. We're going to buy them. And then we're going to make sure the royalties go to you, because when you buy them, it goes in his pocket. We're going to burn them. We're going to burn all of them. We're going to buy so many Colin Kaepernick apparel and merchandise, and we're just going to burn them all. Okay.
I'm just so tired of y'all. Y'all can stay salty. Y'all stay salty whatever which way, but your people is like a hella crazy on TV right now.
Stupid as fuck. Speaking of crazy white people, Republicans. Republicans pull healthcare bill from House floor.
That shit pissed me off. Okay,
that
it
shit
pissed
was
me
hilarious.
off. What do you mean it was hilarious?
It was their health bill. I think you're confusing. You're talking about the
I'm talking
other
about
one.
Mike Pence. Okay, no, we're on a different page.
No,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So the Republicans' health bill which was the American Health Care Act, which was supposed to repeal and supersede the Affordable Care Act, which was started by Obama, the Obama administration. So basically, Obamacare was supposed to be repealed and replaced with "quote unquote" Trump care. Well, with a 17% approval rating from not only Democrats but Republicans as well. They said, "No, bitch, this is not going to work." Let's try this again. NBC News reports Republicans abruptly pulled their health care bill from the House floor floor just minutes ahead of planned vote, dealing a devastating blow to efforts by President Donald Trump and the GOP to repeal and replace Obamacare.
Man,
happy
I should have had some champagne. I was like, won't he do it? Yes, he will. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yes, ma'am.
He up there working, just working.
Listen.
Come on. You know what? They didn't do that shit because you know why? Because that would have affected their voters.
Right.
And come around 2020, if Trump is still in office, that shit ain't gonna fly. It's not gonna fly.
But here's the thing.
That would have been suicide.
They're making it seem like it would have immediately replaced and been brought into action.
No.
So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that it did pass the House floor. It still has to go to the Senate. So they would have repealed Obamacare, leaving for however long amount of time, people without affordable care,
right,
or health care. And so all that time while they're figuring out how they're going, and once they get to the Senate and then they figure out how they're going to actually implement this motherfucker and roll this out, people still going to be like, I can't afford my health care, and I was on it, and now I'm going to die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and now people are starting to wake up a little bit. I'm talking about the conservatives a little bit, and they're starting to see like, oh shit, you mean the ACA? That was what Obamacare was?
Bitch.
We didn't even know. And now we're gonna lose it. Well, bitch, you should have read. If you weren't so busy trying to
hating black people,
and don't sit there and tell me, that you just think that all of President Obama's and the administration's things. Is there stuff that needs to be worked out and tweaked when it comes to the ACA to Obamacare? Of course, literally every fucking law is like that. We always have to, once we implement something, assess and progress, in my words. Okay, but here's the thing: it's not about and I saw this on the news the other day, and there was a political commentator that was talking about, and she used to be a part of the Obama administration, and she said that when she was a part of the Obama administration, when they first got when President Obama won the first term, the Bush administration was extremely helpful with them, and the Obama administration walked through everything that the Bush administration had, their policies, their legislations, all that stuff, and some of the stuff wasn't bad that they felt. They're not going to just trash everything.
Right.
So they worked through it to see what would be the best for not only their voters, but also the general public and also the United States as a whole. So what's pissing me off is when people are saying, oh, these laws were horrible. These laws were horrible. Well, now you're saying it's not horrible because now you actually fucking need it and you're seeing the importance of it. So you were only doing it because you saw that Obama, this black president, who actually was doing stuff. You only want to just repeal stuff.
Broke ass.
Broke asses. All our broke asses. You keep taking all our goddamn money and keeping it at the fucking top 2% or top 1%. And what's frustrating is that you're only taking away these things. You're not doing any fucking research. You're not doing any census fucking, reports. You're not doing any type of polling. You're not understanding what, the actual legislation is. You're just going here and you're listening to fucking President Bannon, okay? Because he's the actual one that's doing the mastermind behind all this shit. And you listen to Bannon and Priebus and you're just fucking doing it. And Putin, okay? You're so busy fucking in everybody else's asses and worrying about playing golf. Mind you, everybody was all on President Obama when he was playing golf 2 times out of this fucking maybe 2 or 4 times that he was I think it was twice that he went golfing. That was a big fucking deal. And now this motherfucker
has been to Mar-a-Lago 11, 12 times.
Out of the he's been in office for what, 75, 80 days maybe?
About.
I don't have the exact number. So let's say 80 days, give or take. So what? That's like what? 8, 9, 10 weeks, maybe. Whatever. Out of those times, he's been there. So let's just say he's been in office for 8 weeks. He's went to Mar-a-Lago every weekend, with the exception of maybe 2. So 80% of the time that he's been in office, he's gone to
vacation.
Yeah, he's gone to Mar-a-Lago every weekend, and every weekend it costs fucking $10 million.
That $10 million can go into, funding Meal on Wheels or funding, something more important than you. Like,
it doesn't cost $10 million. It collectively costs $10 million.
Well, I'm saying it could be going to something more important, like, feeding the poor, providing housing,
passing an actual healthcare bill that actually works,
improving infrastructure. It actually could go to something.
He is going to improve infrastructure.
No,
you don't remember? He's going to build the wall. That's going to cost fucking God knows how much. And then, here's the thing. Everybody's talking about build the wall.
He's not going to get to the ball.
He's not going to. But here's what's frustrating about it. It's everybody's looking at the upfront cost, but nobody's looking at the maintenance cost.
Right.
It's going to take hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for it to fucking be maintained, because you have to find the staffing for it.
Right.
You have to make sure that
it works.
Okay. You have to make sure that you keep up with the maintenance of the building. You have to pay for the staff. You have to pay for their health care and all that shit. And they're like, it's just too much.
Too much. It's really too much.
You're doing the most.
Okay.
You have other things?
I don't even want to go too much deeply into this because I'm so tired of talking. But Pence decided to cast his, tie-breaking vote.
Oh my God.
That was a bill presented by Donald Trump, giving states permission to withhold federal family planning funds from Planned Parenthood and other abortion providers. Now, this is just not like all these places just provide abortions. You know what I'm saying? And they're stripping money, because abortion is only like a small percentage of all those services.
Maybe 30% of what they do.
They're taking money away from the important things,
right,
like family planning, contraception, STD tests, mammograms, fucking pap smears,
basic healthcare,
just basic shit. You know what I'm saying?
For women who can't afford it.
I was just like, you know what, bitch? I'm tired. I cannot say fuck you enough. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. Yo raggedy ass has no business being the fuck all up in my uterus, worried about what the fuck is going on when it has absolutely nothing to do with you.
And that's what's frustrating for me about it, because it's like, I'm not going to speak for a woman, by a woman, or I'm just going to support women. And I feel like for me, how dare us as a male fucking species, gay, straight, whatever, as a male species, how are we going to tell women, the givers of life, how, what, who, what, when, where, why,
what to do with my uterus,
what
bitch?
to do with their vaginas?
Get the fuck out of my uterus! Why are you in here?
Right.
Why are you all up worried about what the fuck I'm doing with my coochie?
Like, it's just fucking annoying, and I don't understand it. Like, they had a fucking whole ass meeting. I saw a picture of it.
Right, and it was all men talking about what they gonna do.
White men
with my uterus.
All
do
white
any
men.
one of you niggas have a fucking uterus here?
Nope, none of them. And none of them knows what the hell they're doing. And here's what's frustrating about it. None of them understand.
They just hate women so much.
It's not even that they hate women.
No, yes it is.
It's a dominance thing. And it's a situation where they feel like in order for me to exert my tiny penis, you know what I'm saying, I have to make sure that I have control over everything. And that's what's frustrating. And that's where you know, male privilege comes in. And that's where the disrespect of women come in. And that's where we have issues where things need to change, like when it comes to stuff like that, because women know what the fuck they need to do for themselves. Why are we going to tell them what to do?
Are you going to provide these services?
No, they're not.
Absolutely not, because
No.
bitch, you tried it with Affordable Care
They're gonna
Act.
take all that fucking money.
Exactly.
They're gonna take all that fucking money and put it towards a goddamn wall that's not gonna serve any purpose. Because guess what? Bitches can go around, bitch.
like the Mexican guy said. I think I showed you that video. He was like, 40% of us fly.
Right. Oh.
What the fuck are you doing, sir? Whatever. I'm so tired of y'all.
Stupid.
I'm tired of y'all.
Rachel Dolezal.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely not. We are not doing it with this bitch today because I'm tired of her raggedy ass over here talking about some trans black. What the fuck is wrong with her? Fuck her.
Like, yes, the kid.
Trans black. What the fuck is trans black? What is transracial? Somebody
Girl.
needs to explain this shit to me because I don't understand.
Girl, when I tell you I saw that shit, I had to turn off my computer and restart it because I didn't believe what the fuck I saw.
I said, I'm not doing it, Jesus. I'm not doing it. And you know what's funny? I took a screenshot of a quote that she said. And you know what?
We're not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
We're not doing it.
You know what? Let's just go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Okay.
They said, this bitch said, in order to really move toward what people really think of some sort of utopian post-racial society, or somehow to really challenge the racial hierarchy, we're going to have to allow some fluidity. And she's talking about in terms of race.
What?
Bitch. Who's going to have to allow for fluidity? Who? For sure, damn ain't black people. It's your people, bitch. You forgot that your ass is white. You came from a Caucasian uterus. She's so pissed. Bitch, fluidity rare. If your kind will allow all the rest of us to just get by equally on equal footing, maybe we can allow for some racial fluidity.
You know what? But you know what's funny? I think we need to put her on the ban list, and like just like with Tommy Lauren.
Yeah, we do, because I'm so
Rachel
tired of her.
Dolezal needs to add.
I'm so tired of her.
Along with this bitch, Daniel Bregoli, the Cash Me Outside girl. She needs to be put on the ban list too, because I'm tired of hearing about her stupid ass.
I just
the
ignore
bitch
it
is
now.
getting officially signed contract for reality series.
I just ignore her now.
What?
Like, it's over. I ignore her.
What?
That's all right.
There are media companies, there are production companies, there are up and coming artists that are out there that actually have creative fucking awesomeness going on, and you are gonna sign this raggedy hood rat nasty bitch? Are you kidding me and her stupid ass mama?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Wow.
I don't.
Wow.
I don't care at this point. I'm kind of over it.
Well,
Her show ain't gonna do so well either.
that's all I got.
Do I have anything else? Let's see here.
Well,
No, I'm good.
Good, because we need to go to break. We'll be back.
Hey Blazers, check out one of our sponsors, Atomic Cosmetics. They have an array of colors that go boom and are tested on showgirls and never on animals. With freshly made seasonal skincare products that nourish your face and body, you can't go wrong. There is also a lot of cosmetics for you to choose from, like blushes, contours, foundations, eyeshadows, and more. Find multitudes of colors and palettes. Visit colorsthatgoboom.com and use offer code BLAZEATOMIC.
Welcome back.
Yes.
We're here to review some shit.
Yes.
Do you want to go first?
Well, I do have some news. Jay-Z is making a movie and docuseries based on Trayvon Martin's life and death.
It's going to come on HBO?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I just saw a little snippet of it. It's probably going to be on HBO. But I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm, me too.
So yeah, it's.
I don't know if my heart can take it.
I'm probably gonna have to take it in doses.
I'm probably gonna have to get real drunk and have a good nigga cry.
I'm definitely going to be stoned.
I'm going to be fucked up.
I'm almost positive
it's going to be like a purging of emotion.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using indicas.
Oh, bitch.
Because my body won't be able to handle it. So
not funny.
No, but true.
Oh shit! Yeah, if I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. So that's that. I'm interested in that. Also, Game of Thrones released a new fucking trailer, and I'm here for it. It featured Cersei. It featured Daenerys and Jon Snow. And girl, if y'all haven't seen
Jon Snow
it,
looking like a snack. Fine as fuck.
And Daenerys walking there looking like the only queen.
Looking like a bad bitch. And Cersei, she just
angry. I think Cersei just snapped. I think she just lost her soul. I think she lost her soul. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think anything would I think in this upcoming season she's gonna be emotionless. She's gonna be just like stone cold. Kill them. Kill them. Kill them all.
Yeah. I'm so excited because Daenerys is at Dragonstone. That means she's in King's Landing.
Bitch.
Not King's Landing, but Westeros.
Yes.
My bad. Anyways, should we get on to more important things? Not like The Walking Dead is more important, but let's go on to something we can actually review.
Yes.
The Walking Dead. Your girl's alive.
I told you. I told you.
Barely.
You were like, no, that bitch is dead. How the hell she gonna survive? I'll say they ain't killing Sasha.
You know what? I would have been happy if she was dead.
You wanna know what? What? You been tell you something. The Walking Dead ain't stupid. They know good goddamn well. They
need her still. I don't get it.
Because they have a quota to maintain, bitch. Okay, they can't just leave Michonne up in there by her black ass self. The fuck?
Bitch, you know what? You know what pissed me off about Sasha is that she really thought Eugene was gonna bring her a knife. The first thing that comes to my mind is that he about to bring you one of them damn pills he made for them girls.
First of all, Eugene, I have something for his ass, and when I say on sight, okay, I'm going to fuck him up on sight.
Little bitch.
Okay, and I'm just talking about the character. I'm not talking about the role.
Yeah, the actor. He's cool. He's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. But the character, Eugene can go kiss the blackest parts of my ass because he is dumb as fuck. Mm-hmm. Fuck.
No, he's smart. Eugene is smart.
Dumb.
Intellectually, but he's dumb.
He's a weak ass bitch.
People who are really smart sometimes they lack common sense. They don't have that common sense. They're not smart on that level.
Oh, you mean like Ben Carson? You mean like
Ben Carson is just a dumbass.
Exactly.
I highly doubt he's even a Eugene.
Eugene is I'm telling you right now, if they make it out of this, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have a very hard time with them forgiving him.
The best thing to do is keep Eugene alive. You cannot kill Eugene.
Why the fuck not?
Because he has a certain skill set that you cannot get rid of.
Like what?
He can make bullets from scratch, ho. So if there's ever a case your ass run out of bullets, he can make you one. That is not a skill set you want to lose during the zombie apocalypse, nigga. There are certain people, even if they might annoy you to shit, you don't get rid of somebody like that. Just like you ain't kill your nurse. I don't know why they killed that doctor around the first season, even though he was abusive. He has a skill set. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, whatever. Y'all know what I mean.
Oh, you're talking about the one that was beating up on Carol?
Yes. No, not Carol. No, I'm saying when they first got to Alexandria, there was a guy there that was beating on his wife that was like Rick's love interest for like a hot minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, her.
Well, he needs to go because he was an asshole. Sorry.
Anyways, well,
I don't care.
Okay.
I guess we're just not going to have any medical supplies. I would have started cross-training quick. Let's see what else. Well, let's talk about the show itself. Let's go.
Well, let's talk about Negan.
Oh, my God.
How'd you feel about Negan coming in there and just slicing that knife through that man's neck?
Negan always shocks me. Like he just walks in there.
He'll do something good and then flip it around and just be.
Well, he doesn't do anything good. It's just that when he walks in there, I'm just like, well, you know, I hate him, but he is fine as fuck. And then he'll walk in there and he'll just be like, you know, slice. You know? And I'm just like, really, Negan? Like, really, Negan? Like, I can't. He gives me anxiety when he walks, when I see him.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel that way. I feel like even the characters, like, which one I'm going to get today? He must be a Gemini.
Bitch.
No shade. Well, no maybe shade. Maybe. I don't know.
No shade, no tea. But, you know, I don't know. I feel like Negan, he stresses me out. And the last episode, I don't think he was in last episode. Not this particular one, the one before.
Oh, yeah, no, he was.
So he wasn't
He was in it.
And I wasn't as stressed. I mean, I was pissed off. I was like excited, but I wasn't stressed. Like I get heavy anxiety when because it's a mind fuck. Because I'm like, oh, you know, he's cute. He's cute.
He's very good at manipulating people.
Yes,
he's very good at it.
He does it through the screen because I know he's looking at me with his fucking bat, and I'm just like, he gonna hit me.
I'm just like, bitch, girl.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, you swing at me, bitch. You better make sure you connect.
I might join Negan for a hot minute, but all that while I'm plotting and planning, bitch, you gotta be like a serpent in the grass. You gotta plot.
Like Homeboy?
Like who?
The one with the fucked up face at the end?
Hell yeah! Bitch, ain't nobody care. I wish Rick would have just let Daryl land one.
Bitch.
Or make two.
When Daryl went for him, I said, let him go!
Let him beat his ass up. Yeah. Don't kill him, but let him beat his ass up.
Let him whoop that ass, okay? Like, that's all I just want him to get a couple of clocks in.
But did you realize when, at the very end of the episode, when Rick was like, get on your knees, it was the exact same thing Negan had said to them? Mm-hmm. I said, Rick, don't be extra and start turning on us now, because I kind of like you.
Right.
And you might be a little extra. I can see it going down that path.
Yeah, I have a feeling like if he becomes like the next Negan, I'm going to be a pissed off individual. Mm-hmm. And Michonne's just going to have to do what she got to do. Michonne, you got your swords, bitch. You might have to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you might have to just slice
and dice.
What else happened in the episode that was like noteworthy?
But I will say this before we move on to different parts of the show. I low-key had a moment when Rick was holding back Daryl because, like, Daryl was all flexed, and I was just like, I wish I could be Rick right now.
Stop!
Holding onto his chest and his chesticles and, like, his muscles because he was intense. Daryl was pissed, and I'm like, yes, Daddy.
No. I was just like, come on, just land one. Just let him land one.
Land one.
A Rosita, your motherfucking ass.
So
awesome.
So sorry guys.
Yes.
This is perfect timing because we're actually talking about the reviews and we're talking about, and we just got handed a Walking Dead Funko Pop of Michonne, and I am living for it.
It's like in Rick's clothing.
Yes. I'm gonna post this on Facebook.
Yes.
But yes. Living.
Thank you.
Yes. And I also have a lion from Steven Universe. Yes. I think I have all of the ones except Steven. And there's another one. That's awesome. I'm excited. Yes.
Ooh, Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, they got the glitter on it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
From Once Upon a Time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yes, I'm gonna take a picture of this and post this on Blaze.
Well, what did you rate the episode?
I'm going to give it a 9.
9. I'm going to give it a 7.
A 7.
I don't think it's there yet. Oh wait, they also did attack the girls. We forgot all about that shit.
That was low-key shady.
That gives it an 8. That gives it an 8.
Yeah, and that's what boosted it up for me.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna give it a 9 because like I really liked how they're interacting with the different communities right now. So that's interesting to me.
She's like, we'll give it back. Mm-hmm. No, you're not.
That old lady though.
You forgot that half them damn guns is going to the trash lady.
Right. So,
anyways,
unless Rick has a plan, which he always does,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We'll see. They're not going to war this season though.
You don't think so?
No, they're not. They're going to start, but we're not going to get any action this season.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Iron Fist.
I haven't seen it. You have. Take it away.
I'm just going to give my honest review about Iron Fist now.
For those who don't know, Iron Fist is like the new Marvel series on Netflix,
yes.
Alongside of Daredevil and
Jessica Jones
and Luke Cage.
Iron Fist. Now, listen, this is the thing about being woke is that you can't unsee certain things. You know, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm watching it because there's a storyline I have to follow about the hand.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And it all started with fucking Daredevil.
Okay.
And it's transferred over to Iron Fist. Because obviously they're going to have a group show. I don't know what they call themselves. Anyways, I know eventually Iron Fist, Daredevil, Lucas Cage. I don't know Luke. His name is Lucas though, right?
It's Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Anyways, Luke Cage. And I don't know if Jessica Jones is going to be a part of the group, but I know that eventually they're going to have it into one season, or eventually the characters are going to meet up because they're all in New York City. Anyways, so where was I going? I'm following it for the storyline. It's okay. However, I cannot unsee this whole white savior thing. It's bothering the shit out of me because why? Why does this white man have to save these Asian people? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are the Asian people evil? Like, I don't understand. Why does it always have to be white man come? I'm the chosen one. Ha ha ha. Let me save the poor minorities from the evil ones. Ho ho. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just so over it. I'm over it, and I can't unsee it. I'm just like, I'm watching this fucking ass show, and I can't enjoy it the way I would want to enjoy it because of it.
And that's what's frustrating for me personally, because I've like, it goes back to the whole representation in Hollywood and also like just in general. And like there is this stigma that where it has to be this standard of having a white savior in some off the wall thing where it's just like,
right. And
you know what I mean?
It just bugs the fuck out of me. I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy Iron Fist. I really fucking do. But I think I would have enjoyed it so much. And I'm not sure if in the comics the character is white. Is he white in the comics?
Iron Fist?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if in the comics he's white, but I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more if the character was Asian. I would have enjoyed it a lot more. I'm really sick of seeing whitewashing of Asian roles. Like, it's annoying as fuck. I would enjoy it to see an Asian character, a main character at that, whoop some ass.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I would enjoy it more. It's almost inauthentic.
Right. And it looks like Iron Fist was white.
Right. I would have enjoyed it more if he was an Asian guy. Just for, I don't know. It just would. I feel like it would have been better. I can't unsee this whole white savior thing that's been happening lately.
Well, I think that's why Iron Fist didn't really take off. Like, I never really followed Iron Fist. Like, I saw him, like, in the comics, and I was like, oh, cool, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, like, he wasn't a prominent one for me. And I think that, like, especially in the Marvel comics, he wasn't a prominent one for me. But, you know, to each his own. But it goes back to what, you know, I was going to say in regards to representation, because I just saw a meme, and I think I posted it in the staff group, but... they were talking about it's like it has like Goku from like
I think I sent you that.
Oh, what was it you that sent it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, you did. I apologize. So yes, but it's like they have all these different characters, like, you know, the Avatar from Airbender.
Yeah, that was a shitty movie. They killed that. Like, that was awful.
Do you
I didn't even have to see it to know
how
it was
amazing The Last Airbender, the show, it was,
right?
And for them to turn it into M. Night Shyamalan should have been shot. Okay, when he did that, like, that was
Avatar is my shit. Like, the Last Airbender was my shit.
That show, and I still haven't finished fucking the second one with
The Legend of Korra.
Oh my god, I didn't
finish that one. Yeah,
girl, I think I'm on season 3. I haven't had a chance to. Girl, that show is also good. But that in and of itself, the shit. And then you had the Avatar with, you know, The Last Airbender from M. Night Shyamalan, and it was shit.
Right.
And so, like, it's just frustrating because that's something that they do, is that they just whitewash everything.
Right.
And, like, just like Ghost in the Shell, no shade against, you know, Scarlett Johansson, but the Ghost in the Shell character, that main character,
I would have preferred it if a Lucy Liu.
But it wasn't even about preference. It's about that character is an Asian character.
But I'm saying that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. I would have preferred if an Asian person or an Asian actor just played the damn character. What is so fucking hard about casting Asian actors? And
even with Dragon Ball Z, they had a white guy.
That was awful.
That was another awful one. And Dragon Ball Z.
And Dragon Ball Z is my shit.
Girl, I used to rush home. My mom always told me you could not watch TV until you were done with your homework. I would do my homework before I got off the bus.
Dragon Ball Z.
Just so I can get Dragon Ball
and you know,
Netflix
shit. Is coming out. Speaking of that meme, Netflix is coming out with Death Note, which is a majority white cast.
Which makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense.
I want to see an Asian cast. What is so fucking hard about that?
It's not hard.
You know what's a good show on Netflix? And that doesn't, I feel personally, I don't know, someone give me your opinion, that doesn't have a white savior thing, but with a majority Asian cast, is Marco Polo.
You were telling me about that.
Right. Marco Polo is a white guy who goes into an Asian, you know, Kublai Khan or whoever. But the show doesn't revolve around him trying to save them because they don't fucking need saving. Right. You know what I'm saying? Bitch. Anyways, Iron Fist, I give it like a 6. And I'm only watching it. And I'm only watching it because I need to follow the storyline of the Hand. Because Daredevil, as you know, in Daredevil, it's all about
I didn't finish Daredevil.
You didn't watch Daredevil?
No.
Did you see the first season?
I haven't seen Daredevil at all.
At all? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm following the storyline.
I've seen Jessica Jones and I've seen Luke Cage. Yeah.
I'm just following the storyline, and Claire pops up in all of them. So,
okay. I mean, I'm gonna watch Daredevil, and I'll probably check out Iron Fist, I guess.
It's like I'm gonna get through it.
And I still take a minute. And I'm ashamed of myself, but I still need to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because apparently they have things that connect to the movies.
Oh, okay.
And it goes along with the storyline. So all of the Marvel like universe is like gonna connect.
They reference each other.
First of all, Marvel universe genius when it comes to like how they are incorporating all these shows.
Right. Well, that's all I got from the reviews.
Yes, that's all I have. No.
All right.
Oh, I watched Scandal.
Okay, well, I haven't, so.
I'm going to need you to hurry up.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I promise you, this weekend, if you do not watch it, you're going to be very disappointed.
Shit to do.
You need to figure it out.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you're going to be very happy. All right. We'll be back. Hey, guys. This episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a progressive moving platform to give a voice to those who feel don't have one. Social injustice, equality concerns, and more are just a few reasons why PMN is needed. For more information about Pyro Media Network, please visit pyromedianetwork.com. And we're back with the listener letters portion of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and send us your listener letters by going to www.entertheblaze.com and hitting our listener letters tab and filling out one of our forms.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Free, take it away.
Mm-hmm. All right, the first letter comes from Kenna G.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, girl. Catch you in Vegas.
Okay, yeah.
Her letter reads, "Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be sending you a letter. I have followed the show for about almost a month now and have been working back from present to the first episode. My question is that a lot of podcasts that I see online are not representative of me. Basically, I want to hear more podcasts that have people of color and can speak from the Black perspective. Do you guys have any suggestions for good podcasts for people of color other than what's on your network? Second question, do you feel that Black podcasts are isolated because of the content that they produce? Do you feel that the current political and social climate that your show may be too much for some to handle?" Girl, this is a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Do you think that you may lose audience members because you are so pro-Black? How do Black podcasts balance this? God bless you both on your fun and informative show. By the way, I would like to take a minute to say that I aspire to be as bold and authentic as Miss Free and as direct and blunt as Kwame. Thank you both for being great human beings and staying true to yourselves. Much respect, Kena.
All right.
That was a lot of questions, girl.
Yeah.
That was like 15 questions.
The first one, I would recommend going on Twitter. Oh, actually, you don't even have to go on Twitter. Go to www.podcastsincolor.com. Podcasts in Color has a huge and one of the largest directories of Black podcasts, and we're on it. So I highly recommend you going there and checking out all of the podcasts on there that is, on there or whatever. It's super awesome. They have multitudes of different podcasts made by Black people for Black people, and everything in between. To answer your question,
do you feel that Black podcasts are isolated because of the content that they produce?
I feel that Black podcasts are isolated, period, because they're Black podcasts. And so, and just as a culture, African Americans or even just Black culture in and of itself are always going to be marginalized, or at least, until shit gets right. You know what I'm saying? So like, we've come a long way, but there's shit that needs to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like it's always going to be isolated. And like, I don't hear a lot of non people of color listening to some of my favorite Black podcasts, right? Even though I believe that there are many that do, I just don't personally know them. And when I do reach out to them and say, "Hey, have you checked out this podcast?" It's usually, One of the issues that I do have is with one of the last things that you said in regards to how. Can you read the last question?
How do Black podcasts balance this? No. Do you think that you may lose audience members because you are so pro-Black? That's the last question.
And so with that being said, like, I feel like everybody has their cup of tea. And regardless, I feel like if you listen to us, you listen to us. Our content is for a specific demographic. Right. And I feel like if you are not a part of the demographic and you listen to us, we appreciate it. Learn more, and I feel like it's important for specifically Black podcasts to stay true to themselves and not worry about who's going to be in the audience or not, because I feel like if you maintain your authenticity and you maintain your Blackness and your realness for whatever that means to you, that is going to propel you forward, and also people will resonate with that. And I feel like trying to balance things out in your content based off of, well, I don't want to turn white people off, or I don't want to turn these people. Bitch, listen.
It's too much work, first of all.
I don't have time to be worrying about people's feelings when it comes to this particular podcast.
Right. Bitch, I don't give a fuck.
Right. So, and that's how this show started.
Right.
We didn't give a fuck about what people felt and how they felt.
You don't want to listen to it. You don't got to listen to it.
You don't have to.
Nobody is asking you to be here.
And exactly. And that goes for every single podcast out there. You don't have to listen to their content. We appreciate your content, your listenership. We appreciate you listening, but you do not have to listen to it.
If you don't agree, bitch, go find something that's your own cup of tea.
And that lets us know, for me personally, if you don't agree with it and you choose not to, and you don't have to agree with everything that we say. There are other people of color that don't agree with some of the things that I say and some of the things that Miss Free says, or some of the things that we collectively say, or you know,
and that's fine.
That's
but I strongly disagree with you.
And that's all fine and dandy. That's what, you know, makes, you know, shit popping and makes things different. But I will say this. It is very important for people to understand that as a black podcast, you, quote unquote, not selling out and not worrying about, you know, oh, you know, this is you know, I'm going to turn off my white listeners and stuff like that. That's one of the beautiful things about Pirate Media Network, and why we fight so hard to keep that creative space safe for the artists and the podcasters and the shows that we have on the network. Because, and there's a lot of networks that are like that, specifically, you know, networks that are run by people of color, and it's important to keep that creative space safe. And so if you don't agree with what we have to say, if you don't like what we have to say, you feel you can skip past that part, or you cannot listen, or you can, you know, take a break for a week and come back next week. You know, it's not going to affect our numbers. It's not going to affect us, and it's not going to make me feel bad. It's just that we just don't agree on that particular topic. And that's all fine and dandy. You don't have to. There are other shows on the network that you can listen to. There are other podcasts, but I'm telling you right now, when you listen to a pro or a black podcast, stuff like this is going to come up, regardless of what, especially if it's a pro black podcast, especially if it's expressing their truth and what they live day to day as a person of color. So you're going to hear stuff like that, and I think that people, especially people who are of color, who run podcasts and who run internet radio shows and are on networks and stuff like that, I think it's important for them to maintain that authenticity and express what they go through on a day-to-day basis, you know, as a person of color, because how else are people going to learn and understand where we're coming from and not just call us angry black people? You know what I'm saying?
Bitch, yeah, they're going to be calling us that forever.
Well, you know.
Anyways, the other question was, do you feel the current political and social climate that our show may have is too much for some to handle? I don't give a damn.
First of all, listen, you
will never be able to escape it. Inside, outside, down the street, around the corner.
And that's what's really frustrating. I listen to a lot of different podcasts. I have for me personally, I support majorly. My focus is black podcasts. However, I do have a well-rounded. I have a day during the week where I just listen to random different podcasts.
I listen to the Game of Thrones podcast.
Yeah, all different types. I listen to the Empire podcast. Check that out if you like movie reviews. Listen to the Once Upon a Fan podcast.
It's called Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is awesome. The Read is an amazing black podcast. The Friend Zone. What do you call it? The Dan and Cody podcast. You know, shout out to Dan and Cody podcast. So like we listen to a lot of different, you know, I listen to Pirates Bay by Scott Doucette. Anthony Hayes's podcast. There's so many different podcasts I listen to. But my thing is this. One of the things that I get frustrated with when it comes to certain podcasts that try to, and if this is not your thing, then that's fine. Politics doesn't have to be on every single podcast.
You're right.
Like, you may have a sports podcast. That's your thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You may have a beauty
podcasts, whatever.
You know, you may just have an all-female podcast and talking about things that are everyday life women. Right. You know, you may have a particular show podcast, you know, whatever your podcast. You may have a podcast about Funko Pops. Right. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your podcast is about, that's fine. But if you're going to touch on politics and then critique about how others are talking about too much on politics, don't listen to them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless, politics are what runs this earth. This country. And pretty much this earth, you're right. But like, it's how politics is the relationships between the governments and the people. And you're going to have politics everywhere. So you can ignore it. And that's exactly how you're going to get another Trump in the fucking office if you keep ignoring stuff like that. That's my personal opinion. You ignoring it or trying to, you know, be feeling like, you know, you're sick of hearing about politics and stuff like that. Well, I'm sick of the shit happening. So
I'm tired of talking about it.
I'm tired of talking about it too, but the shit is happening and I feel like it needs to be said. And the fact that people haven't, prior to Trump coming into office, people weren't talking about politics and what was going on and things that were happening in the world and things that were getting ready to happen, i.e. the campaign. Nobody talked about it because they were so busy worrying about, you know, so comfortable in this thought frame about, oh, well, Hillary's going to win. Well, look what happened. We got Putin'd.
Girl, we're not gonna go into all that.
So, like, I mean, the bottom line is that no, I don't feel that, you know, for this particular podcast, I don't feel it's, I guess,
too pro-black,
too political, because we have our show is a big variety of things. I do think that there are certain times when things get, you know, it's inappropriate. Like if we had a podcast that was just talking about The Walking Dead, I don't think there's
but room you can have a whole podcast about The Walking Dead. You could,
right? But I'm saying, like, if we had a podcast about that particular and it was our show and we were talking about just The Walking Dead only, I think it would be random to talk about politics.
Right.
However,
I
feel like it fits really well with Petty World News because it's petty and it's bullshit and shit. So.
What Kwame said. Good luck, girl.
All right.
Well, let's wrap us up our listener letters.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find us. Yeah, we're running out of time, so we're going to take a break. Bye.
This episode is brought to you by one of our new sponsors, We Buy Black. We Buy Black is an online marketplace for Black-owned businesses to showcase and sell their products to a global community. What drives We Buy Black is a community of creative entrepreneurs who use We Buy Black to sell their products, thousands of shoppers who believe in supporting these entrepreneurs to affect social change, and committed staff of We Buy Black. Visit pyromedianetwork.com or entertheblaze.com for our sponsor direct links. It's time to support Black businesses. Now let's get back to the show. And we're black.
We're black.
Vent session is here.
It's time.
Let's do this. You go first.
Why I gotta go first?
Because I don't even know if I really have one.
Okay, good. So I guess because last week you ran me out the show.
I'm sorry. I just had a feeling.
No,
I had feelings.
Yeah, I was here for it, girl.
Samuel L. Jackson, get your shit together.
I'm gonna talk about something that actually my homegirl Giselle actually posted about today, and I really resonated with this this post. For those who don't know, Hope Giselle is the founder of Allow Me Movement, and you guys need to check that out. She's awesome, and a huge trans activist, and just a powerful person. She's also the co-host of After the Blaze. So plug in. So who is joined by 50 Shades of Gay. What's up, 50? Yes. Hope gives me hope. And she was talking about today is transgender visibility, or Day of Visibility. And basically the gist of her video, and I will retweet it, and I will also post it on Blaze's website, or Blaze's social medias and stuff, because it was that good. And basically she was basically talking about how as a LGBT community, we sit here and talk about how inclusive we are, how much of a rainbow we are in terms of different people and ethnicities and backgrounds and cultures and things like that and what have you. And yet the LGB portion, the lesbian, gay, and bi portion, always kind of puts the T portion, the transgender portion, on the back burner. Mm-hmm. Always puts them, like they'll have these events and they'll say, you know, oh, we're having an LGBT event or LGBTQ event or whatever, and they'll have somebody to represent the lesbian portion, they'll have somebody to represent the gay portion, they'll have a bisexual person to represent the bi, but they never have a transsexual there or a transgendered person there. They never have anything to where they're inclusive of transgender people. And I resonated with that because I felt like we don't do enough as a community to be inclusive. You know what I'm saying? And it's frustrating because, you know, she brought up something that, you know, I had to check myself on a couple of years ago in regards to how the LGBT community views transgenders. And how, you know, well, gender identity and sexuality or sexual orientation are two totally different things. However, they're supposed to be a part of our community. Yes, you know, we have transgender people who go from male to female and are still, you know, heterosexual or whatever, however they identify, because they're two separate things. You know, your gender identity and your sexuality are two separate things. And sexuality is fluid. You know what I'm saying? The people, one day you're gay, the next day you're not. You know what I'm saying? One day, you know, you're loving the demons free, and the next day Rihanna's all up in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you damn sure right. Damn sure did it. But you know, it's what's frustrating is how disrespectful we are to the transgender community specifically, and she even touched on it, transgendered women, because you have transgendered men who get looked at as, you know, oh well, you know, she's just she, you know, they'll be disrespectful and say, oh, she's just, you know, a really butch lesbian, or she's just a really feminine guy. You know what I'm saying? Like they never have this situation where they can accept them as, you know, it's more accepting. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you have, you know, lesbians and gays, you know, heterosexual men tend to be more to gravitate towards more of a lesbian because they quote unquote can fit in. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is that what's frustrating about that is that we do as a community don't have enough inclusion when it comes to, you know, the protection, the inclusion, and the love that we're supposed to have for our transgender brothers and sisters, and specifically transgender sisters, because they are out here getting their asses caught up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating because we went for a fucking good ass 2 to 3 months without talking about the deaths and the killings of transgender black women, you know, or transgender women, period. You know what I'm saying? Specifically transgender black women. But we didn't talk about it. I didn't see it on mainstream, you know, gay socials and mainstream social outlets and media outlets and stuff like that, and gay, you know, at least. But you know what's frustrating about that is that they're so quick to talk about, like, you know, oh, you know, Chris Pratt, you know, is showing off his abs, or you know, or James Franco, you know, has another sex scene, you know, in his new movie or whatever, but you don't talk about real shit. And it's frustrating because it's like, yes, you know, it's nice eye candy, you know, guys are gonna be guys, you know, whatever that fucking means, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna have this situation where it's like, oh, that's cute, whatever, but that's all fine and dandy, but what are you doing? What are we doing as a community to bring this community to an elevated status? What are we doing to uplift our community? And the same thing goes with, you know, she was talking about it a couple of months ago, where it came, you know, down to, you know, how black people, and the black community, and specifically the black church, views and treats, you know, gay the gay culture.
Right.
Because you can sit there and you'll have us, have this situation where it's like, oh, it's okay to have, you can be our choir boys, you can be our makeup artists, you can be our hairstylists and also whatever, but you can't accept us in the church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the same thing goes with, transgenders, brothers and sisters, where, it's okay. We can add them onto all of our flyers and all of our events and all these things, but I'm not going to bring up representation. I'm not going to bring somebody who is transgendered to actually speak on it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to bring up, representation so we can actually get educated on what's going on. I'm not going to include them on panels. I'm not going to include them on legislations. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to fight for them, for these type of things. It's only a big deal when people make it a big deal, but you're not taking it upon yourself to actually go out and fight for them yourselves. Mm-hmm. But you're quick to go in and look up somebody, a heterosexual actor, and make sure that when they have their abs all out or whatever, you're quick to post that, and you're quick to, to look at that shit, and you're quick to look at dick sizes and who's going to be the next go-go boy. Uh-huh. And you know what I'm saying? But you're not quick to uplift your community and do the things that you need to do to to create safe spaces. Right. Because you complain when you have women inside of and bridesmaids inside of your clubs or in our clubs, but we can't do anything to keep the inclusion of people like transgender people, like transgender women specifically, to make sure that they feel comfortable in our spaces. Mm-hmm. Because when they go to our spaces, it's just like that. It's our spaces, and it doesn't make them feel like they're included. We don't present them, like they're included. You know what I'm saying? We treat drag queens better than we treat our transgender brothers and sisters, mm-hmm. and that's bullshit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's frustrating, and it pisses me off. And so I totally understand, and I resonate with what Hope Giselle was saying, and it lit a fire in me to be a better gay brother, mm-hmm. to be a better LGBTQ brother, mm-hmm. to my transgender sisters and my mm-hmm. transgender brothers and the transgender community in period. Right. Because if we're going to seriously be allies, we need to actually do that. Right. And we need to, and not just say, oh, okay, well, especially if it's in my community. Right. How am I going to sit here and say, oh, gay rights and all that stuff, whatever, and not include the encompass the entire community? Mm-hmm. That's stupid to me. That's unfair, and I just think it's hypocritical for us as a community to sit there and say that we're so inclusive when we have so much segregation in our culture. Right. So fix it or fuck off. That's how I feel about that.
Amen. Amen, amen, amen. Whew. I mean, Now
my chest hurting and shit.
Okay, girl. We're already out of time.
Yeah, I think do you have anything?
No, you know what? I ain't even gonna go there. Because I'm just, like I said before, I just want people to be out my uterus. Right. And just mind your own motherfucking business. Right. And stop saying that, rape, something beautiful could come from the ashes from rape.
Oh, girl, don't even get me started.
I don't even know. Sorry, trigger warning. I don't even want to do something like that right now. Yeah. Like, I just don't have the energy. Yeah. Or, I don't feel like I'm emotionally stable right now to even touch on something like that. Yeah. And that's going to just kind of fuck me up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
well, that's been another episode of Blaze Entertainment. Shout out. I forgot to say this in the beginning. I'm so sorry. But we do have some news. Power Media Network is growing consistently and amazingly. We would like to welcome Brad LaFrat's Extreme Wrestling Podcast to the network. Welcome, Brad. Welcome to the Power Media Network family.
You are here,
and we're ready. So, go ahead and check out his podcast. All things wrestling, and it's awesome. And if you guys are into that, he is a longtime fan of wrestling and is a huge knowledge base of wrestling and all things in that realm: ECW, WWE, WWF, all that stuff. So it is WrestleMania weekend, so shout out to him for covering that. And yeah, After the Blaze podcast is up and rising. We're loving the numbers that we're seeing for that show. Keep checking them out. They're always having an extra boost on the show. They're a recap show of Blazing the Singing, and they are fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Shout out to Hope Giselle and 50 Shades of Gay.
Mm-hmm.
Our family's growing.
Let's all hug.
Hug. From
Invisible
a distance.
hug.
I'd Rather Not podcast has
Audio
audio hug. Yes. I'd Rather Not podcast is up and running and is doing awesome things. We just released an episode this past week, so go ahead and check it out this weekend. All things are doing good for Pyro Media Network, and it's getting a little busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't mention it now. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So,
I was gonna say what?
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I don't.
Well, it's been fun. It's been real. We will see you guys next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.